Yeah, that's because we've been taught testimonies, these testimonies of things. Has done for you. Yeah, in the midst. Yeah, and that's why, you know, that the church has got to get to the point now that whenever you're in the midst of a tough battle and you come in, you should be lifting him up, you know, claiming it, faith by works, saying that God is going to take care of it. And I'm just thankful for everything. I'm thankful that I ain't able to pay my electric bill. No, He's going to be able to pay it. You know that when you can do that, then you're glorifying Him, and that's when you do it. And then probably when you get home, there's a check laying there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fully trust Him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be really paying that electric bill, having to pay that electric bill or something.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a lot of troubles that I think we've created for ourselves because of lack, like he said, iniquity abound, ignorance, not knowing what my word really says, not knowing what I really want, not knowing these things is what's causing you problems. That's what's causing people all the troubles that they're into right now. That's what's causing us to end up in the shapes that we're in. And like we said, the warning to the last church, this is why I say that most they don't really know it, because Revelation 3:15 through 17, I know thy works, thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou were cold or hot. So that then, because thou art lukewarm or neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of thy mouth. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. That's that fact. People know not. And the reason they know not, they ain't been taught no different. We continue to teach mercy and all these other things, and people don't even realize it. And it's obvious. And I mean, it's as obvious as the nose on our face that we're not seeing the powers of God that they seen in the first church, that Jesus showed. We're not seeing miracles. We're not seeing the powers. We're not seeing people saved. We're not seeing that. But we will not admit, or really, we may admit, but we won't really admit that it's us. It must be us. What we want, like I said at the very beginning, I think that most people come to the conclusion it's just how it's supposed to be in the last days. It's just going to be tough, and he that endures to the end, the same will be saved. So I'll just endure to the end. I'll tie a knot in my rope, but I just got to try to hold on for me. It's everything I can do just day by day to get my life and keep me trying to come to church. So, you know, I'm sorry for the others, but I'll try to do what I can. And I'm just so busy, and God knows that, and He understands, and He's so merciful. But I'm telling you, I really think that a lot of people are going to be in trouble. A lot of people are really going to be in trouble. And the other there's even more warnings, but 2 Timothy 3:1 through 7. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontent, furious, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the powers thereof. From such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses, and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, laid away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. And you know, that's clearly, I mean, it's as clear as a nose on her face, and we can see that this is us, but for some reason, we can't convince ourselves of it. Some reason we cannot convince ourselves that really we know that we don't put God first. We know that we're not completing that first commandment. We know we're not. We know it beyond a shadow of a doubt that when it comes down to it, that we'll put us or our family before God. And that's what he said would happen. He said that we would do that. We'd be lovers of self more than lovers of God. And he said that we would do all these things, deny having the form of godliness. That's what we have, a form. That's what it really is, a form that's going on. But denying the power thereof. Where's the power? And from such turn away. All this is true. All this, he knew it was going to happen. But what will it take? What will it take? Well, this is the answers that he left. So apparently this is the answers to fixing it. Is Revelations 3:18 through 22. I counsel thee, buy of me gold tried in fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore, and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice, and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. And I think that's the biggest thing, right there. We don't have an ear to hear, and the reason we don't, we ain't convinced. We're just not totally convinced that that I wish that we could see ahead and see that our report card, what it really, I wish we could see it. What our report card looks like right now. I wish we could really see if right now, I wish we could get a grade book every month from him. You know, wouldn't it be great if he just sends you a grade book every month saying, but you know, honestly, Teresa, I think he does. It went through the Word. We're getting our grade book. We're getting it. But why won't we move on it? We're understanding right here based on what we said, you know, are we passing the test? Based on what we said tonight and on these few tests, are we passing it? Are we passing the test? Are we glorifying Him in the midst of the storm? Do we have faith by works? Are we moving toward it? Are we doing these things? And I have to say, for the biggest part, no. No. And you know, the hardest thing I've ever seen is to unlearn and reteach. That's the hardest thing I've ever seen. I've said that many times. Is to take people and take them and change what they've been taught. And take it and show them that what you've been taught, it's not what you think or what you've been seeing in the past. And I don't know have we really been taught, or is it just that we've assumed a lot of things that we've got? Because have we really been taught what to do? Has anybody really sat down and taught us what God expects of us? Has anybody ever sat down and told us that this is how you glorify God? This is what He requires here. This is what He requires there. Have we ever really been taught this, or have we just went along our course through service after service and just following? Yeah. And even though there's so many, it's been at so many years, they're still babies. They're still babies. They act like babies. They storm off mad. They get their feelings hurt